What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and I'm back with a polls loot polls story of how I did 42 Pacific Power loot polls. So, I did go ahead and spend to get the moment. I'll be quite honest, I watched Merrick's video, and I totally agree with Merrick's about not really caving into what's it called? FOMO, fear of missing out. I about said it out instead of spelled it out, but I totally agreed. He was spot on with that. Like, you don't want to FOMO people into doing that. But I did take a look at what it was, $115 basically for the Undertaker moment, or the Ministry of Darkness moment. I recognized that I really want some of the people, especially like Ministry of Darkness Taker, getting that multi-gem boost and taking him up. I figured I'd eventually get Viscera. I had no idea at the time that they were going to offer him for $100. So that was a different story right there entirely. Boss Man, it buffs him up, etc. So I wagered in my own self that yes, I am willing to spend $115 for that moment. I'm going to have to be a lot more careful this next month on what I spend. But that also then came with basically 42 pulls on the Pacific Power loot. I think it was actually 46, 47, something like that by the time you weighed it out. But I did a couple of them like here and there just to get on the board at all for the pulls thing each day, because I didn't end up doing the Fatu loot. I didn't end up doing the like Yeet and Roman loot. I didn't end up doing the Muda loot. I had those guys, actually, all of those. So that wasn't for me. So what instead I did was just, I could have been playing this while I was telling this story, by the way. Here it is. Instead I did the polls. And honestly, what I'm actually hoping for out of this more than anything is prize wall medallions, because I wanted and I wanted those prize wall medallions because I wanted to get some things. And I'll tell you, again, this is the loot pull story version of this series here, since I'm recording them after I've done the pulls already, sort of thing. But yeah, this was me going in for that loot. There wasn't really much I could get out of it character-wise, but I definitely like those prize wall tokens. And I'll tell the story. Actually, I can just tell you right now, because again, why make you wait when we're kind of watching this right here? 6-star. Hold on. I like when it shows bronze, because I'm like, that's a 6-star. That's one of my guaranteed, so it ruined that. But Asuka is, look at that 6-star again. See, and I haven't watched these. I did this quick on a break at work. Punjabi Playboy, look at that. So it's like I'm seeing them for the first time again, actually. Anyway, all that to say, so from the prize wall, I ended up getting the Botchman, the any color version of that. 6-star silver. Unbelievable. That was a good pull right there. Memrock at 6-star. He, with those moments, and actually that was one of the ones with the moments, I really want Memrock to go way up high, because now Memrock is a force to be reckoned with if you've got all his moments. And I'm only one token away from the Stone Cold meets The Rock, or beats The Rock, or versus The Rock moment that would finish his set. So yeah, Memrock is on my to build list. Which, speaking of, back to the original story here, I did go ahead and get the yellow Barber's Plate for Memrock specifically. That's why I want 500 of the prize wall tokens. I did get the Botchman any color plate, even though it doesn't really work on anyone right now. We are not being told, but kind of hinted at that there's going to be some Botch Gym focused characters coming up. Maybe even this next month. I don't know. I can't say for sure, because I don't know what this next month has in store for it. But I would guess that that's the case. So I went ahead and got the Botchman. I got the yellow rock plate, or the barber plate. And then at the end, I ended up, because of what my faction did on the spend event, the leaderboards, and the various things like that, I ended up getting enough not to get the yeet. That was my, if I could, I would get another yeet, but I didn't end up getting enough for that. But I did end up getting enough for one more plate. So I went ahead and took the purple barber blades, because in my mind, I'm thinking, if nothing else, I can try them out on Dragon, like Zombie Dragon, because he's one of my favorite characters to use. And I, if you put the Tama vest, chest on him, he really good. And so then, in addition to that, the barber's blades would probably just take that up a notch. I would like to maybe make a video on that, but I have not. And I have to be careful making videos right now, because at least when I'm using the candy store, because they're doing a new format where we actually get to test and make videos on the new characters a little, not super ahead of time, but a little ahead of time, which one I freaking love, because it helps my work-life balance stuff. Like, I get off work, this is what I do for fun. That's what this is funsies, right? But, 1,000, yes. You get off work, and then you've got, like, all the characters for that week. It does make for a very long night. It's fun. It's a great distraction. I unwind with it. But having some of the characters in advance does allow me to balance that out a little bit better. So I may or may not have one of next month's characters and more to come. There it is! 10K hit. I didn't know where it was going to be in this video, but I knew that hit. That is why I was able to get the barber's blades twice, or two of the barber's blades, because that was a 10K hit, plus everything I also said was true, that my faction spend plus the leaderboards and all that kind of stuff was a big part of that too. So yes, that was good. And then also lots of Memrock shards. So I got the 6-star fuse on him, but I will still need shards to take him. It's 250. That's not great, but compared to 10,000, but it was great just to have them. It was also a hit. So anyway, 4 more pulls to go. Let me know. 6-star. Anything good? I don't even remember, honestly. As long as it's not Brutus Creed. Final Boss Rock. Yeah, he's okay. Anyway, 6-star. Oh, I think the guaranteeds are all 6 stars, actually. I think that's the case, right? There it is. That would have been an amazing pull for so many people. Like, that is a great... So this loot was good to me. It was just the fact that I had the characters that were in the loot. That's not as great. 2 final bosses, kind of a botch slap, but whatever. But Carmelo and that 10K hit, absolutely fantastic right there. And I got Asuka a couple times, which, she's very random and not great to use. But anyways... So that also gave me on the Bloodline Loot Contest. I got 10, 11, so almost 12K, not quite 12K of those prize ball medallions. So let me know what you think. Do you like this format of the loot pull story? Like, not just, ooh, will I get something, but like, here's how this impacted my life. If that's the right way to say that. Because... it's kind of out of necessity, because I've already done these pulls and they're sitting there on my desktop, which is, mirrored right here and all that. But I think it's kind of a neat little insight into why I pulled and why I was excited about them, and not just the instant reaction. The instant reactions are cool. You'll see some of those too. But anyway, I think it's cool. So that's all I've got for this one. How long is this video right here? Where is it? 8 minutes. Okay, yeah. Well, no. We'll see that on another one then. All right, that's it for this video. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and send it to your friend or faction mate who wants to hear a story, a loot story, and outro.